tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz...
You wake up, lawless, post up, lawless, round in it, lawless, flossing on it, lawless, this diamond.
Hey everybody, what is up? Thank you for watching Cocktails with Khloe after show on AfterBuzz TV. We are here with episode 3 and it is titled Cheers, so I guess there's gonna be a lot of drinking going on like usual in it, right?
Hey.
So hey everybody, I'm your host Justine DiVanna, and you can find me on Twitter at Justine DiVanna3 and on Instagram at Let's Face It with Justine. We have a really great show for you guys today. We have some interesting news and gossip that you definitely want to stay for. And if you're really into beauty and all that cool shit, then definitely stay around because we are doing a huge giveaway that we are so excited about. We're not going to tell you the details until after.
You gotta watch the whole
Yes. So welcome my amazing co-hosts.
Hi guys, I am Dakota T. Jones. You can follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at Mr. Dakota T. Jones. What about you?
Hi guys, I'm Samantha Benitz. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha_Benitz.
Welcome, guys. Oh, we are missing Layla today. I wanted to say she is not here. She's
Get well
actually
soon.
sick. Yeah, she said that she really wishes she could be here, but she's not feeling well. And obviously, she must not feel well because who would want to miss this? This is
I know.
so fun.
Exactly.
But Dakota is now permanent on our panel.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I
Thank
feel like
you.
it's like you had to be here. So I'm
Thank
really
you.
happy that we got that all
So
worked
much fun.
out.
After being here last week, I was like, I gotta stay. These girls are too fun.
Gotta stick around.
Yes.
Yeah, so, all right, so let's start this off. I thought we had a really good episode.
Yeah.
I know that, I feel like it was definitely a little slower than the other two, but I liked the guests a lot. So the first guest that we had was Courtney, and now Courtney is obviously Khloe's sister, and it's crazy because I had to double check and look up her age because I had to know. She is 36 years old.
She looks so good.
She looks amazing.
She is so hot. I don't know. I guess like getting rid of Scott like really made her even hotter because like
yes.
I don't know. She's
And
looking
her organic eating.
Yes, she eats like the most organic things, and I'm over here at
Oh, she
McDonald's,
does?
Taco Bell, KFC.
She's
over
natural.
here.
Yeah, we're like so you have a little soda in your
Yeah.
cup, just like hanging out. I don't know. She looks so freaking good.
Yeah.
But she's joined by Kylie, who is 18 but looks
Yes.
36. So
I love Kylie.
let's switch the roles. I feel like Kylie's more 36, and then Courtney's more 18. Like
I feel
Kylie
like
looks
it.
so much older.
Yes.
Definitely a mature look going on.
Yeah, I wonder what she'll look like when she is 36.
I don't know. I mean, if she keeps getting surgery and all that shit, who knows?
I don't know. Do you guys think that she does? I really know that. I mean, she has admitted to the lip injections, but like for like the rest of her body, she says that she hasn't had any surgeries. I feel like she hasn't.
I've heard a lot of stuff. Living in LA, you definitely, meet a lot of people that say they know them or say that they know someone. And I mean, it's a very gossipy town, but I have heard, who knows, you never know, I have heard that she actually got her chin shaped, which actually doesn't make sense. If you look at before and afters of her chin was a lot wider. So I heard she got her chin shaved.
Really?
She obviously did her lips. I heard that I don't know about her boobs, but I know that she got a fat transfer into her ass.
How do you even do that?
You take like fat from anywhere on your body, which, oh my God, like on your stomach and then put in your ass. I would so do that. I'm not against that at all.
Convenient.
And I heard she got veneers. If you look at her teeth. Her
Veneers.
teeth
Oh
are
yeah,
completely
I can
different.
see that.
So, I mean,
I
it's
don't know.
not...
I don't want to believe it. I mean, she has admitted the lips, but other than that, I don't want to like necessarily believe it just because, I don't know, I feel like, some changes happen naturally, others are more drastic, and those are more obvious. But I know that she says she uses this like lotion stuff that like simulates the fat
She's
cells.
not feeling
and-
that.
The butt
Sorry.
enhancer?
Yeah, but well, like she like has this product that she uses where she like rubs it on her and it like stimulates the fat cells. I don't know how much that actually works, but I want to believe that that's what it is.
I actually have a friend that tried it. She did like a document of it, and one of my good friends, his name is James from Ask the NP. He's a nurse practitioner, and he did this with her. Her name's Jess, and basically he said it was bullshit. Like, she used it for a certain amount of time and she said nothing happened. He said it doesn't work. It's a lot of things that I think smart people realize, but I'm not saying everyone's dumb, but there's a lot of people out there that don't realize that when they're standing there holding that ass cream or standing there holding that sounded really weird. Holding that like tea that makes you skinnier, like they're being paid for that. So whether or not it really works, they're being paid. So people will be like, oh my God, look how skinny she is. Check this out. And I'm like, she's getting paid.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, she looks great. So I feel like that's how she's going to sell those products as well. But I do see that there may be some enhancements here and there. But
yeah, I don't know. I'm just like so protective over her because like I love her to death.
Me too.
But I just don't want to believe those things because I'm like Team Kylie all the way.
I'm Team Kylie, but even if she did get them, I'd still be Team Kylie.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, you know, like she looks, some people say, oh, she looks so much better before natural. Like, no, she looks better now. That's my opinion.
I love her
great.
style. I feel like she's kind of worked on her makeup. She's worked on her style. She's worked on her entire look. And I really think it's working out for her considering, you know, she's 18 years old. She has a model sister. She has a family full of beautiful siblings. And so I feel like she's working it out and kind of figuring out the ropes for herself.
Yeah.
And so I try to not knock her too much just because she's 18 and I remember being that age and trying out all sorts of new styles. And she has
the whole world at her fingertips.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, since I'm a makeup artist, like I go for inspiration. I look at her. I mean, she's a trendsetter. It doesn't matter if she's younger than me. Like, I just love everything. Oh, I just love her makeup. I love all the Kardashians. I don't know if you guys have their apps, but I only have Kylie's because like I don't want to pay for the rest of them. And it's really great, especially if you love like beauty and fashion and all that stuff. So definitely, if you guys are a Kardashian fan, even if you're not and you like makeup, I definitely recommend checking out their apps. But speaking of fashion and hair and all of that fun stuff, let's talk about Khloé's hair tonight.
I was loving it.
I hated it.
She's not feeling it. I like the 4 French braids back. I thought it just like opened up her face and she just looked like she had a glow. I loved her makeup and hair tonight.
Not very many people can pull that hairstyle off, and I always love that about her. She can just do anything.
Edgy.
You know, like I wrote down in my notes, Khloé looks like a sexy mechanic in that getup that she had.
You're
and you know what?
right.
She's the only person I can think of who can really pull that off. Like, she looked great. The mechanic outfit denim thing was great, and the hair, like, it looked kind of a little bit like cornrows, a little bit, but it was just like the best. She looked amazing.
I have to be honest, I hated the whole look. Hated it. I love French braids, like 2. I don't like the like 4. I don't know, I'm just not feeling it, but like I think there's a picture which we're gonna show later of Kim, and she has just the 2 French braids.
She looks great when she does that.
Obsessed with that, but I don't like the 4, and I don't like the whole denim on denim. Like, if that becomes a trend, I hope I don't fall into it, but who knows? Because I just don't like it.
See, I do like the denim thing. I think that, like, sometimes, I know Khloé posted on Instagram, she said, like, denim is the new black or something like that. I have, like, this denim shirt, and I always love putting the denim shirt with the denim jeans. I think it looks fun. It's not, like, an everyday look, and it's definitely not, like, oh, let's go out on the town tonight look. But I do it sometimes, you know, during the daytime when it's, like, fun and everything. I think it's like a casual fun thing.
I like the denim. One denim. I don't like double denim.
I like dark denim too. Like, dark denim gives me life.
Yes.
Like dark jeans, you know, I like ripped jeans, anything. I'm like a denim fan.
Ripped jeans is cute too, but I feel like you have to make sure the 2 denims match or it's like hideous.
Otherwise it's,
not going to work.
Yeah, it will definitely not work. And something else that didn't work, in my opinion, tonight was P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, whatever the hell his name is. I was just like... We'll get into that. He's 46. I think he looks pretty good for 46.
Yeah, he does.
He really
I like
does.
that little diamond in his tooth he's got going on. You guys catch that?
I did not catch that.
Wow, okay. I'm thinking it's a little like, I don't know, a new version of a grill. I'm not really sure what that is.
A lot of people
if
get
you commenters know about that, I haven't really seen it besides anybody.
I noticed some people will like drill a little bit in their tooth and then like stick it in there, and other people will just like stick it on top, but like it's like a newer thing, you know.
Then you have to like get it refilled when you don't want it anymore.
I guess.
Well, You know, it's not that I don't like him at all. It's just, you know, he comes in and it's basically all about him. Like, I had so much stuff written about the topics of what he was talking about. Like, when we first started watching it, I was like, oh, he's talking about this and this. He just kept going. That, like, unless, like, do you guys want to get into any detail of what he's talking about? Because I personally feel like what did you guys said it was perfect. What was it?
This is what I think. He came in, he did his little promo plugs, and then he left.
Promo plugs. That's
It was
what
a pit stop for a marketing advertisement.
That's what you said.
He literally came in, he had 4 or 5 things that he wanted to touch on, and he went in depth with his thing, and he just explained everything and all the good stuff he was doing, which is great. But what I liked about the first and second episode of Cocktails with Khloe, I feel like it was more of like a fun environment, not, you know, promo plugs
like
one after
super
another.
serious.
Yeah, and I feel like for this episode at least, we have Sean Combs that like did all those promo plugs, and then we had like some of the other guests that came in. I won't name them yet because we haven't got to them, but some of them just had like all these things that they had to say they were promoting, and I'm like, this show is, the fun thing about it is that you're just putting all the business out of the way and just having fun. You know, doing like fun little games, like talking about drama, doing these fun things rather than just, oh, hey, like I have this thing I want to promote, you know, can I come on your show? That kind of gets a little old to me because, you know, you can leave that to the other talk shows. This is supposed to be like a party, not like a
I wanted to hear so
stop.
much more from P. Diddy. I feel like I haven't watched him in so long since like Making the Band days.
Oh
when
my
I was
God.
like obsessed with like Danity Kane and what was the
so
other
long
band?
ago.
112 or something, I want to say.
And,
I
like-
can't remember the other one he made, but they were both phenomenal, and like I loved Diddy back then. And especially the music he's made and also the artists he's brought up during his come up. So I definitely respect the man, and I wish we could have just seen more of like what he's doing nowadays versus like all these business endeavors. Like I kind of want to know
Exactly.
more
And
about who he is.
I thought what he had to say, I mean, like the stuff that he's doing, like don't get me wrong, is amazing, and I applaud him for that. I think that's a great thing that he's doing, you know, helping everyone. But I just think that you could have touched on it and then had fun and let loose and just like not made it all about him, you know?
Yeah, I mean, for anybody that doesn't know Diddy or whatever the hell he wants us to call him, I don't know. He literally has a million names, and I genuinely don't know. I think he said he wants to go back to Puff because it's more fun than Diddy.
Right.
So, I don't know. Basically, he did that show Making the Band like so long ago. He's a famous rapper. I think does he produce? He produces, right? He basically does so much stuff, and probably everybody knows who he is anyway. But just in case you didn't, maybe for some of the younger generations that are watching this, he's not as big as he used to be. I mean, he used to be huge, and I think that him coming on this show, like you said, was a huge marketing because he kind of falls off a little bit, and I think it's like, oh wait, Puff is back.
Yeah, and
he's alive.
And it was kind of like, oh, look, Puff's on TV. Okay, well, he's like, well, this is my chance to like shine. I'm going to say everything I'm doing to get people to want to look at me again. And I feel bad. We're not trying to talk crap on him. He's a great guy, and the stuff that he's doing is amazing. It's just like, I wish that he would have just let loose and had a little bit more fun and not just came in, threw out all of his promos, and then he literally like left like
before any of the games happened.
Yeah, I have no problem with I'm not dissing him at all. Like no problem. I think he's great. I think he's brilliant. I think he's a great hard worker and everything. I just think that this wasn't the right place to do little promos.
Yeah.
It's not the right environment.
Yeah, go to like, you know, another outlet to do that.
I would have liked to hear more about his new video with French Montana. Like, I mean, he brought it up for a quick second. It's called, like, Blow That Check or something along those lines, which I'm like, must be nice, P. Diddy.
Seriously.
But, I mean, I think that'd be cool to hear what's going on behind the scenes, what else he's doing these days. I know he used to be dating Cassie, so...
He used to be dating Khloe. French Montana, right?
Oh, you're talking about...
Yeah,
I think she's talking about Diddy, Sean,
Oh, I'm so
and
sorry.
Cassie.
I'm sorry. Okay,
But yeah, those two did actually date
They dated for a
previously,
long
so.
time, and it's so weird. I respect Khloe for this, but every time she has an ex, she seems to be able to still communicate with him and it not be awkward.
Yes,
I don't know how
she's
she
great
does
at
that.
that.
Anytime I ever break up with anyone, I'm like, see
Hasta
you
la
later,
vista,
girl. Like,
baby.
I don't know. Like any girl I've ever dated, I'm just like, I can't have them really in my life anymore. I gotta move on.
I agree. Let it go and keep it going.
Yeah.
But I mean, speaking of French, he was actually in the episode. I mean, not like physically, but
Right.
his voice was. Khloe talking about how she's really cool with her exes. She has her sister, Courtney, prank call him, and basically Courtney was like, I think your brother's hot.
Yeah.
Like, that's just basically, and I don't know, I think it was way more awkward than it needed to be. What do you guys think?
I thought it was funny because, okay, Courtney's so serious a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Like, I was telling her, like, sometimes she'll just sit there and be like, stare.
Face right
I
there.
love her to death. But like seeing that,
Yeah.
like when she
That's
did
how
this,
she talks, yeah.
yeah, when she did this prank call, I was like, oh my gosh, like she's a fun person. You know, when you get her to like let loose and stuff, she's so funny. Like she went and did this prank call and was like, don't tell Scott, but I really like your brother Zach. And it
Yeah.
was just so funny how she just like made this story up, and French Montana freaked out.
So uncomfortable. He
Yeah.
was like, oh boy, don't tell me this. I don't want to be
Yes.
involved.
I loved it. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, I think that Courtney is just very, like, the way I don't do their voices well, but just, hi, I'm Courtney. Like,
Calm, poised, and
calm.
sexy.
I was talking to my sister, and we don't understand. How does someone's voice naturally sound like this? Like,
There's-
how?
I don't know, but
don't
it does.
understand.
It does. And
All of them.
Khloé was making fun of Kourtney this last Sunday's episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She's like, why do you always have to talk like this? And Kourtney literally got out of her seat and like kicked Khloé. It was so funny.
But they do, like, can you imagine if we all would talk like this all the time? I think people would be like, goodbye, and just shut us off.
No inflection or emotion. I know I'm surprised sometimes that they don't get angry or like kind of show that side of themselves where
Yeah.
it's like, hey, or like getting crazy. Like
Yeah.
I'd love to see more of that out of
And-
the other sisters. Aside from Khloé, I feel like I see Khloé money tendencies come out
Oh, yeah.
a little here and there, but I'd like to see it with the other sisters.
Well,
as well.
speaking of Khloé money definitely came out at Tao in Vegas. So Tao is a nightclub in
Yes.
Vegas, obviously. And I guess they were all there. Was it for someone's birthday party?
Yeah, it was actually for Puff's birthday party.
Was Puff's birthday. Okay, so they were all there and hanging out. Obviously, they probably get everything for free, and it's probably an amazing time in Vegas, unlike us that have to spend like $1 million. But Courtney admits that she gets slapped in the face. Or she
Yeah.
gets punched in
Punched in
the
the
face.
face. Yeah.
I guess Puff rented out the entire venue for his birthday party. So I'm guessing one of these girls was at least someone that he knew, or maybe someone's plus one. But I guess they were in line for the bathroom. Someone cut in front of Courtney, and Courtney's like, "Excuse me, I'm next." And the girl just turns around and socks her right in the face. And then Courtney said once it was time for her to go in the bathroom, she didn't even really go to the bathroom. She just went to the stall and cried.
I'm shocked she cried. She seems like she's just so like, oh my God. But when she
No.
talks about it, it's
Wow.
hilarious because she's like, it was so crazy. I just got like punched in the face. Like she
To
talks
think.
about it like it's like nothing.
I know. And then Khloé apparently found out, and they were trying to find the girl, like so
So Khloé
could
money came
beat her
out.
up. Yeah.
Yes. What was this girl thinking? Like, you got to go that bad? You're going to stalk a
Not
Kardashian?
only that, yeah, Kourtney Kardashian of all people, like, let me just sock her in the face. I'm going in front of you in line. Like,
And I thought how interesting that she's not the only girl on this show today that's been socked in the face on television, because I also saw Snooki on Jersey Shore get socked in the face. And I'm thinking, what is this violence against women, people?
I guess if people don't know, Snooki was one of the guests.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you think of Snooki? I personally, like, when she walked in, she started like banging on the door, and I'm like, oh, here comes Snooki. Like, I was excited because like some of it was a little bit stiff, you know, with the whole like, you know, promo plugs that were going on. But when Snooki walked in, you know, I was like, it's gonna be a party.
The life of the party is
life
a
of
wrap.
the
For
party.
sure. So Snooki is from the Jersey Shore, and she came on, and again, it was a little marketing, but I think
Yeah.
she wasn't as bad as Diddy Puff Sean, like that's what I'm gonna call him now because I don't know what
Yeah.
he's all three of them. She has a new show. I wrote it
called
down.
Nicole and Gianni short flip.
Short flip. Yeah.
Yes.
So originally from the Jersey Shore, and she was known as the crazy, wild party girl. And now she's like a mom of two, and she's married to the love of her life, Gianni, and they have this new show. And it's all about, I guess, you know, I really like that it's all about helping people out and
Flipping
houses.
Flipping
Yeah.
houses.
the thing, like I said, it was better than Sean, but she was basically, it's on FYI. So I felt like she was promoting her new show.
On FYI.
Which
on
is
FYI.
also
Yeah.
on the same network that Khloé's is on. And I'm like, do you think they actually really are true friends? Or it's like, oh, you know what? You can promote your show, which is going to give us more ratings because of Snooki and Khloé, and maybe it'll help each other out.
I think they
so.
both can see the value of each other's friendship, and furthermore, I think they're both, you know, women, and they kind of want to be friends at this point. But they did mention in this episode that there was beef initially when Snooki first went over to Kim's house.
It was actually Khloé's house. It was
Khloé's
for her
house.
1 year wedding anniversary whenever she was with Lamar.
There we go.
And so Kim was like, hey, Snooki, why don't you come over to this party? It'll be no big deal. And Snooki was like, oh my gosh, yes, like going over to the Kardashians' house. So she gets there. Kim taps Khloé on the shoulder, and Khloé turns around and said, what the blank are you doing here? Like, get out. And Snooki said she just like wanted to cry and just like left the house because she was so excited to meet her because she was like a huge fan at that time. I would be crushed.
Yeah, she said that she was like, forget Kim, I want to meet Khloé. And I think Khloé's definitely intimidating. I mean, it's not saying she's bigger, I mean, but she's a lot taller, especially over Snooki. So it's
Snooki's like half her size.
Yeah, and she talks about Khloé money when I'm like, damn, like you don't know, and she's drunk. Like you just don't know what she can do. But basically, Khloé said that she doesn't even remember doing that. And, you know, some people may think that that's like bullshit, but I've been drunk so many times where I don't remember shit. So I'm like, they seem to have totally, obviously, made up for it.
I think so. I mean, I feel like Snooki, no matter how much promotion she wants for her show, I feel like she wouldn't come on Khloé's show unless they, had squashed the beef. I feel like otherwise she wouldn't want to. I mean, if someone told me off at a party and then like said, hey, would you like to come on their show? I would say no. I would be scared that they were going to do something humiliating to me. So the fact that she came on was kind of like testament, like, yeah, okay, we're good. Everything's fine.
Well, it's been a couple years, I think. I think it's like been 3 or 4 years since that. So, I mean, they obviously have like made up for it.
I think it's funny how people they fight and make up on Twitter, and then like they run into each other at a Hollywood party here or there, and then they're like really put face to face, and it's like, oh yeah, you're the one talking crap about me. Here we are, like, which we will get into later in the news and gossip section because I have a steamy little story for you guys.
Very steamy.
How do you guys feel about the fact that Snooki and Khloé were both always known as like the bigger girls on TV, and now they're both on a show together, reunited, and they're both like tiny. They both lost all this weight.
I know. Khloé mentioned that immediately. She's like, "You're so tiny, and you look great." So I mean, it's a testament to Nicole, who's definitely been working really hard on her fitness and just honing her role of becoming a mom to these 2 beautiful children. So I feel like she's matured so much, and we've kind of watched that progression on television, which makes me love her that much more, because I feel like I can remember the Jersey Shore years and appreciate like how many times I used to watch that show back to back. Like,
loved it.
It was just so fun and hilarious. Like I can just probably recap so many episodes.
Yeah.
But now seeing her in this new form, I'm loving it because it really shows me that you can change and evolve into this like much more awesome person. And
I agree. And it's so funny. I actually saw Snooki one time. Her and JWoww were doing some promo for their show that they had together. And so she shows up and she's doing this interview, and I'm watching. And she says something about, like, now that I'm a mom, I rarely drink. Like, I don't do any of that. And it was just so funny from seeing her that day and then her on the show tonight. She showed up. She was already a little, like, hammered, and then as the night went on, she even admitted, like, in the green room I was drinking up there, and then I guess I missed that. Yeah, she came downstairs, she came down from the green room, and then she had more drinks there tonight, and then like it was just so funny because at one point she's like, I really just need to pee. Like you could tell she was starting to get a little crazy.
It annoys me because I'm from New Jersey, so a lot of people are like, oh, you're from New Jersey, and automatically they put that with the Jersey Shore, and they picture it. The Jersey Shore is so big, so the one part that's on the show is Seaside Heights. So when they hear the Jersey Shore, they think of that show. When Seaside Heights is like this big, so people are like, they associate me with like Snooki, and I'm like, no, it's just so frustrating coming from someone that's from Jersey, and I'm totally gonna pull a Snooki right now, talking on a podcast, but I actually worked with Snooki. I did a commercial. Yeah, because I do hair and makeup, so I assisted this really great makeup artist, and it was for an MTV commercial, and it was for the Wheat Thins Craft commercial, like, because they were coming out with like a bunch of new like products for the craft line, and basically they had Snooki and Dina from the Jersey Shore who was helping promote it, and Snooki did not look at me once.
Really? Wow.
She did not. Dina was so nice because Dina, another thing people don't realize, most of the people from the Jersey Shore are from New York, not New Jersey. Dina literally grew up like a town over from me. Wow. So she was so nice. We were talking, and Snooki like did not say hello, did not say goodbye, just totally. I had not a good impression of her. So it's funny to see her saying that about Khloé,
Khloé,
Yeah.
and then I'm feeling that way about her because I'm like, like I loved her, I loved watching her, she was always my favorite, and I'm like, I'm excited to meet her,
Right.
And then I had that exact experience. So
Interesting.
Snooki, if you're watching,
if you're watching,
tweet her at where?
Justine DiVanna 3. I highly doubt she's gonna be
And
watching this.
apologize. No.
No hard feelings.
No,
You know what
no,
it
no,
is?
I know.
This was right when it came out publicly that she was pregnant with Lorenzo. This is how long ago it was. So you never know. Like, she could have been hormonal. Like, you literally just don't know. And that's what I've learned with working with celebrities, especially in the industry that I work in. You can't be on all the time because if I was well known, people would think I'm a bitch probably all the time because I have a lot of off days.
Yeah,
That's why they
everyone
call
has
it that RBF or whatever.
Resting, yeah.
Resting bitch face.
Exactly. And I feel like that's so true. I feel, everybody in the entertainment industry always has these crazy busy schedules, and that's probably why they don't always give the most attention. And maybe it's just one of those off days where they're like, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah,
So
and I get that.
Yeah.
The only experience that I really have with Snooki is whenever I saw her that picture of her and JWoww, and my photo went viral, and she liked it. And so
Wow.
everyone freaked out, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Snooki liked your picture!" And I was like, "Well, that's cool."
Wait, were you in it?
No, see, that's the thing is they had to leave, so they were taking selfies with people, and they didn't get to me, and so I just took a picture of them and posted it, saying "Oh, hey, I saw Snooki and JWoww today," and then Snooki saw it and I liked it, so I was like, "Hey, that makes up for it, I guess."
What was the event you were at?
It was, I feel like it was one of those little interview tapings that they do outside of Universal Studios.
this guy goes to the events.
I don't
people.
understand.
I am all over the place.
How do you I literally just don't even think I'd have the time to figure out where it is and then go.
Yes.
Right.
How do you do this?
I've always been obsessed with going to events and meeting new people. And since I moved out here to be in the entertainment industry, I just always try to find those things. And so, ever since I moved here, pretty much all the Kardashian events that happen, you find out about them on Twitter or Instagram, and you just go. And so I've just gone and I've gotten to meet all of them except for Kourtney and Kris Jenner. Those are the only ones I haven't met. But yeah, it's just fun. You go, and I've gotten to talk to all of them and taken pictures with them, and I've actually gotten to meet Khloé twice. She was so nice. The first time she really took the time with me, asked what my name was and talked to me about my acting career and what I was doing and where I moved from, and literally the guards are always trying to rush them and be like, all right, we gotta go. And she's like, no, and she took the time to talk with me. And then the next time that I met her, it was a little bit more rushed, but she remembered me.
Oh, she did remember you.
So she's so nice, and I just love her to death. And I feel a lot of people think that she's a Kardashian, they're snooty and stuck up. Every experience
She's real, I feel like.
Every experience I've had with any of them, they've always been nice to me.
I think they are somewhat down to earth. I know they live a totally different and lavish lifestyle.
Not
but
all of them.
No?
I mean, I don't know them, but I just don't feel that way. Khloé's the
Potentially.
only one.
Yeah, I mean, I know that they have different lifestyles and everything, and probably their attitudes may not seem like they're the nicest, sweetest people all the time, but every time I have seen them at events or watched them on shows, and granted, I know editing does affect the way a person is viewed by the audience, but I still just feel with all the reality television I've watched, I've kind of seen some of their behind the scenes interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I do especially like Khloé just because I
love
felt like
her.
she always keeps it real. She's not afraid to say how she feels, and she's not afraid to hurt feelings, honestly, to make the situation a little bit better.
She's my favorite. Khloé's definitely my favorite, but I like Kylie's style. That's pretty much I don't really. I actually know someone that I feel like everyone just knows them somehow in LA, but I heard that Kylie's actually really cool and weird, but not in a bad weird. Unless you know me, my sense of humor is just so random. And I heard that she's actually kind of has my sense of humor, which makes me really happy. But I'm like, why aren't you showing your fun, crazy side?
She does on Snapchat. If you go on her Snapchat video,
Really?
she's wild and fun.
But I follow her on Snapchat, and I don't feel that way. She
Really?
this is her all the time to music.
Okay,
that
that's
is
true.
true.
She's
Yeah.
showing off the makeup.
She
and
doesn't
the do
talk.
And stuff.
She's dances, which I got drunk in Vegas, and I did, and I was literally ashamed. I go, holy crap, I pulled a Kylie Jenner last night and just held the phone and danced. And I was like, nobody gives a shit about you dancing.
That's like the hugest trend though right now on Snapchat. Like when she started that, I saw so many people and then guys making like videos making fun of the girls doing that.
I feel like a lot of people nowadays, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I see a video like that on Snapchat, I automatically just click next. I'm like, I don't really care to see someone in their car dancing.
Every
just
time.
Like feeling themselves. But I feel like a lot of times Kylie does post some really funny stuff.
Yeah.
If you follow her on Snapchat, it's at Kylizzle My Nizzle.
I follow her. Why have I never seen this? I follow her.
I literally look at her stuff every day, and she makes me laugh. Like, I told her that once. I was like, you literally make me smile. And she's like, you make me smile. She's like, I think I may have a little crush on you. And of course, like, it meant the world to me, but like, I knew she was just saying that. You know, she was with Tyga at the time, obviously. But she's just so funny. Like, I have seen like the side of her where she is just kind of like outgoing and funny and like random.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of times she doesn't get that opportunity on the show. I feel like on the show sometimes she's very reserved.
She just like sits there, and I'm like, why not just be fun? Like, it's so boring to be normal these days. Like, why not just be fun and be yourself? I don't know, like, if I was ever on a show, I would never hold back just because
I would be
what people
crazy.
should think.
Yeah, I would be like, oh, look at me.
Let's get into the next guest. We still haven't gotten to RuPaul.
RuPaul.
And for anyone that doesn't know who RuPaul is, he's 55 years old. I wrote down everyone's ages because, like, to me, everyone looks so good for their age.
Yeah. He looks great.
And he is from Drag Race, and he also has a new show now. It's called Gay for Play.
And Skin Wars.
He is all over the map here. So he is, I mean, I love him. I freelance for MAC Cosmetics sometimes, and he was actually, was a Viva Glam ambassador like a while ago. And she, I don't know. I love him because basically they got into this conversation, which made perfect sense, talking about Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner's transition. Now, how do you guys feel about what his response to was that?
I liked it. I mean, he said, do whatever you want as long as you don't hurt someone else. And I couldn't agree more. I think, as long as you're doing what makes you happy in this life, we only live once. We only get to live for a set amount of days. We don't even know when we're going to die. So truth be told, live your life to the fullest and don't be afraid of what anybody else thinks of your actions, as long as you're not harming other people.
I think it was funny what Ruth said. He was like, anyone who says anything about me is none of my business.
He was great. His energy tonight, I was like, yes.
I feel bad though because I just I'm so accepting of, anybody's race, gender, whatever it is, but he does identify as a he, right? He just does drag.
I believe that's correct.
I just get confused. Like, people may, like, freak out over the comments. Like,
I'm sure. Oh, I'm guessing already.
Oh, how do you not know, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I'm being honest. At least I'm being honest right now. I am, I'm not super familiar with him. I know who he is. I knew that he, did MAC for a little. But I'm being honest. I know him. I know what he's done. But I'm not, I get confused with that. And getting into this whole gender, Bruce, Caitlyn, it's very confusing to some people, and I'm very accepting of it, but, there's always going to be arguments about it, and there's always going to be, people feeling differently, and I'm so accepting no matter what, but I definitely think that there's probably people out there that had the same question as me, because a lot of times there's people that do drag, but they're not transgender, and I know that confuses some people.
Right.
And that's why I didn't do this to be disrespectful and ask. I did it to be respectful. And in case it was the other way around, and then people would be like, oh, how can you do that, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, I'm trying to be respectful and ask you guys' opinions.
Yeah.
I like that you're, like, explaining that because I'm sure, like, there are so many people on YouTube who love to leave these nasty comments. And it's like, guys, we're just being honest, opening up about our feelings about things. I like that you said that because I know there's someone already typing right now.
Yes, no character assassination, please.
Yeah, so for anybody that wants to rip me apart right now, I did not say this in because I'm being disrespectful or I don't respect him. I'm saying it to be respectful so that I don't say something that is offensive, and someone might take this as offensive, but I'm just being honest, that's all we can do is be honest, and there's a lot of people that aren't accepting, and I think that that's the problem, and people need to focus on people that are the issue, you know, people that like us that we're so accepting, you know, just it's confusing to some people, and there are people out there that are just so brutal. Like it is just insane, and that's why I really liked what he had to say about his transition.
Whatever side you're on or what your beliefs are, at the end of the day it comes down to being respectful. You know, like I feel like so many people they'll have an opinion, and like the way that they like let people know their opinion is through hate. No matter what side you're on, hate is never ever the answer. Being hateful, sending threats, anything like that
Vengeance,
just shows what kind of a person you are. It's really sad. So whatever side you're on, believe what you want to believe, but just be kind, because at the end of the day, that is what is important.
And people, what they don't realize is we're people. Celebrities are people. Everyone is a person that no matter what you're doing, you know, we can
have feelings.
We can claim we know the Kardashians like that, but we don't. And people can claim that they know us, or that we're racist, or we're this or that, and like you literally don't know. Like I know you guys, but like, you know, we don't know unless you're like that. Unless you're yourself, you can't. People form these opinions, and it's just. I mean, I don't think that we're gonna change the world, but we can like start, but at least like
small step at a time,
bringing awareness to it. Now everybody was kind of talking about the Bruce Caitlyn transition, which I'm really glad that they brought up, and Khloé had her own opinion about it, and Kylie. So let's get into Khloé's first. Khloé said that, what I have here, she was supportive, but she was offended about the Diane Sawyer fiasco.
Yeah.
Like, how do you guys feel about that?
I feel like I would have been the same way. That's just so sad that, you know, I was watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians at the time whenever this was all happening, and Khloé was devastated because no matter what's happening in life, if you're going to tell us like a social media outlet or like an interview something so personal before family, I think that's wrong. I know
agree.
that, you know, Caitlyn doesn't mean any harm, but I think that was just wrong, and I think like she wasn't really thinking straight. But I'm with Khloé on that. Like if anything like that ever happened, I would want to know before the world. Like I would want time to say goodbye, because otherwise, I mean, otherwise I think it's not fair. So I thought that whole thing, I thought that, you know, Caitlyn kind of dealt with it the wrong way.
I agree. I saw a lot of the speculation from media outlets before his transition, and I kind of saw it coming, but I wasn't really sure, and I had no confirmation until he went on the Diane Sawyer interview, and then I saw it just spread like wildfire. And basically, as soon as I saw Khloé's reaction, I definitely identify with it, because Bruce has been such a strong father figure in her life, especially after Robert Kardashian passed away from cancer years, ago. So now seeing this father figure in her life changing into this totally, entirely different figure to her, that's going to be traumatizing for anybody. It doesn't matter if you have negative feelings or ill will about it. I just feel like it's such a shift in how the relationship works that it would just be something you have to get used to.
Yeah.
And so in order to make things, calm and chill, I felt like it would have been better if Bruce had just been honest, because Khloé is so understanding. And I do recall Bruce saying that Kim was actually the most understanding of the bunch, surprisingly so.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was going to be Khloé would be the most understanding. Right. I just think that Khloé handles death and handles loss very,
she's had so much
losses. Harder. Yeah. I mean, in the show they talk about it all the time, and I mean, I can't even imagine say that my mom was transitioning, which I don't even like to think about, and just told the world before me. I would feel hurt,
and feel like abandoned. You would feel left out.
I would feel so left out, and to me, I don't know. I just feel like I think Caitlyn is it's so new to her. Like, she's so new to herself that maybe she, not in a bad way, but they are Bruce. Like, when she looks at them, she sees Bruce. Like, her new life now is from this point on, so she might not have not been able to, handle and be not even 1 second think how do I tell them this, or I just think that maybe I like to hope she wasn't thinking clearly, and she was so new into her transition, and now that she's Caitlyn longer over the years, hopefully she'll realize that, because for a long time she still didn't think she did anything wrong, especially when it came to Chris. So
that was very frustrating for me to watch. I was like, can you I just hate when people do not realize when they are wrong. Right. And in this situation, in my opinion, it was very obvious that, like, she left them out of the loop.
So this was on the Kardashian, on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I think Caitlyn definitely left her family out of the loop, and Caitlyn did not understand that, and she couldn't see it, and I'm like, I can see it so clearly. Like, tell your family before telling the world. Like, that's just a given. That's just a given. But you know what? I'd like to think that she was just not thinking clearly either, but, no shade. It's just one of those things where,
And I'm sure it was difficult going through it and probably thinking all of the thoughts of what is the world going to think of me? How do I explain my story and not be made a mockery of, And just to try to really put his heart on the sleeve, in a way that shows who he wants to be now, being seen as Caitlyn. And I know that he wanted to have, his name addressed as a female pronoun now. So she. Yeah. Exactly. So now I call him Caitlyn. I'm happy to call this person who I've identified with Bruce for so long, Caitlyn, if that is what she wants to be called.
See, even like hearing you talk, like, it is so hard for me to like say he, she. Like, I forget so easily, and I just go off of what I think about.
Right,
That's
it's
why
hard to
we're
even
not trying to
articulate. It really
anyone.
is.
Yeah, like
That's the
we're
thing that
literally
people
just talking, and like we don't mean to say he or she. Like, it just comes out, but like no shade. Like,
Well, that's what I think. That's what bothers me with this whole thing is because, people are it's just such a touchy topic.
Yeah.
This, someone's race, like, those topics are so touchy. And even if, sometimes, like, I may offend someone and I just don't know. And the thing is, before you go and jump down people's throat, like, I just think that the whole, like you said, the whole he, she thing, like, it's not familiar for us.
Right.
So it's not fair for people to be like, if you make a mistake and say Bruce or he, it's a she.
Bear with us.
Come on.
Yeah.
This just happened not even a year ago. Everyone through his entire life has known Bruce Jenner as a he. So now, okay, that's great. You want to be Caitlyn Jenner. I support that.
Right.
But you can't get mad if people still mix you up with a he. Like, you can't get mad.
It takes time, Yeah, and I think like Caitlyn herself has said so many times, like, if you mess up, it's not a big deal.
That's why I love her.
So
Me
it's so
too.
funny to see someone who actually is the one who's transitioned being like, it's fine.
Yeah.
But then other people will be like, I can't believe you said that. And it's like, we're
It's other
sorry. Like,
people.
we're just used to like saying it one way, and we're working on it.
It's other people. It's literally like, Caitlyn does not care. Like, she's like, I understand that I'm this public figure that has been a man my whole life. And it's just so funny that she's accepting, but then other people that don't even know her are like trash talking. I'm just like, everyone needs to relax.
Yeah.
Exactly. It did take a lot of bravery to do that interview, I will say. Like, all opinions aside, like, that is a brave move.
Yeah. And then getting into Kylie's opinion, she said that she was supportive and Kylie didn't want to stop Caitlyn from living. So I think Kylie was definitely probably, along with Kim, the most accepting and still is now because, on an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, it showed that Kendall was having a really, really hard time with the whole transition because Kylie loves makeup and they can go do their nails
now.
and all this stuff. So I just definitely think that, they all handle it differently.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think not this last episode, but the one before, I remember seeing on Keeping Up with the Kardashians that like Kendall was like, look, I want to do the fun things we used to do. We used to go like, riding four-wheelers and like, going to all these fun like things that were more, not as feminine. And like Caitlyn was like, all right, we can do that. We're gonna go horseback riding, and like was trying to get back into it with Kendall. And Caitlyn got on one of those, what is it? Oh, man, those like hoverboard things.
Oh yeah,
and Kendall was like teaching her how to do that, and I thought that was so funny to see her try to get on that hoverboard. But yeah, I think it's definitely one of those things where everyone's trying to figure out like, hey, I still want to bond with you. Like, how am I going to do that? And for each person, it's different. I feel like Kylie definitely has like, I feel like probably more than Kim has been more accepting, just because you always see Kylie's always with her father, always hanging out, and like Kim is busy, and so is Kylie, but like Kim is not around as much with Caitlyn, but I feel like Kylie has been there like 110%, like always hanging out with
right.
Caitlyn.
And Kylie's faced a lot of scrutiny too, you
Yeah.
know, in the public eye. So I feel like she can definitely identify with all the hateful things people are going to say and really
Yeah.
just be like a supportive figure there for her dad, and bottom
Yeah.
line,
Yeah.
like, he will always be her dad. And so that will never change. And I love that Caitlyn even mentioned that,
Yeah.
the figure does not have to change. although
Yeah.
my persona is.
No, I totally agree. And I mean, I think we can go on with this topic for so long, but let's get into some news and gossip. Beat me to it. All right, so we have a lot of news and gossip today, so we're just going to bring up the most important things because there's a lot going on in the Kardashian world all the time. So let's talk about some of this juicy detail
Yes.
here.
Okay, so the biggest story right now actually just happened like maybe yesterday or the day before. We have this lovely picture up here. It is from Kim's Instagram. It is of Kim and Amber Rose, which is very, very crazy that they are actually in a photo together. Thought we would never see that one happening. But apparently, Kim may have invited Amber over for tea or something, because like the caption was tea anyone, like I guess trying to
Out of
like
everything tea.
you know, I guess like you know how people have their cups and they're like sipping it like
Yeah.
oh, minding my own business type of thing.
Exactly.
But I think after everything, like Kim, everyone gives her such a tough time. Kim is one of those people, she has stayed out of it, like out of the drama with like, you know, Kanye and Amber are always fighting over Twitter. You know, Amber said some very harsh things about the Kardashians, and the funny thing is like she's the one that's been instigating all of it. Kim hasn't really instigated a lot of it. So the fact that Kim has stayed classy on this matter and invited her over to take a picture and like put the beef aside, that shows that Kim is not like a childish type of person.
I think this is staged 100%.
Really?
100% staged, and I think someone's got some dirt on someone.
I think it's really funny, but
Hence why they're randomly, after all this feud, in a picture together.
Yeah.
Someone's got dirt on someone, so they're like, you know what? Let's mend this. Let's take a picture. Let's end it.
yeah, they started actually the hashtag Kimber, which leads us to the next picture. And this is from
Oh my God!
Saint Hoax.
I haven't seen this.
Yeah, at Saint Hoax put this on Instagram, and this is so great. But this is basically just like envisioning their new friendship, and it's basically Amber's face over Kanye's. But I think it's cool. I was very like I always get discouraged when people fight over the internet. Like I think like these families just need to put their drama aside and just work together and just realize, you know what? Like yes, I used to date your husband. Let's let it go and have, you know, no tension between us. So I actually like appreciated that they took a picture together. Whether it was staged or not, I kind of appreciated it.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments below. Do you think that the Amber Rose Kim Kardashian picture was staged? Like, I personally think that someone's got something on someone and it's totally fake. Or do you think that they really are friends? Like, come on.
I don't think they're friends. I definitely don't think they're friends, but I think that this picture symbolizes a peace offering, hopefully.
Extending the little olive branches, they
Maybe,
say.
yes. What about
Oh,
you? Any other
boy.
news and gossip?
So as you may or may have not heard, Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian's surprising relationship has been the topic of numerous conversations, especially after E! News confirmed that he drove over 20 hours to Austin, Texas to pick up his new girlfriend from jail. Uh-oh.
What?
After she was arrested for public intoxication and possession of a controlled substance. So in a quote, the source says, Rob was upset that Chyna got arrested and spoke to her in the car when he picked her up about it. She said sorry to him, but was thankful that he came to get her. He wants to protect her and she wants to protect him. They are still spending a lot of time with each other, but Chyna knows his family is not too happy about them dating, but still couldn't care less.
I really can't
Jeez.
believe that he drove over 20 hours to get her. That just shows that they're not just some little fling. Like, he must care about her, especially Rob Kardashian, like leaving the house, you know, after all this time and like wanting to go pick up his girlfriend and driving that long to get her. Like, it shows that there must be some connection there. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, that's crazy. You can't even get him to leave his house. So the fact that he drove 20 hours.
Yeah, there's some type of allegiance between these two. I'm not sure what's going on.
I'm surprised we didn't see any pictures, you know, of like her walking to his car or anything.
Yeah.
Like after Blac Chyna gets arrested at an airport,
Yeah,
like, you
you-
figured like the
saw that.
paparazzi would be on that.
Yeah.
Or like hightailing them on the freeway all the way
Seriously.
back.
Do we got
20
any
hour
other
drive.
juicy gossip?
Okay,
for the
there's
rest
a
of the
little
week?
more juiciness. So the source added that Blac Chyna would really like to talk to Kylie. She is fine now with Kylie and Tyga dating at this point, and she wants the family to see that if she is a good fit for Rob and that she does care about him. She's aware that getting arrested was not the best thing, but as she says, SHI, you know what, happens. If they can't seem to accept it, then so be it. So we'll see how that goes. A little Kardashian family reunion.
I think that I really, really want to see Rob, get better. I know he's had problems with, drugs before and like his weight gain and stuff. It made me sad when I saw that Blac Chyna was, in possession of drugs. I'm just like, come on, like, just be there for Rob. Put the drugs aside. Like, I feel like she's just, hopefully not, but just maybe, I hope she doesn't drag him back into that darkness.
Yeah, he needs a good influence right now.
Yeah, I mean, these Kardashians, are they a good influence or are they not on us? I don't know. Who knows? They're a little crazy and out there.
Yeah.
But this has been an amazing show. We're going to end it with just a little information. I'm really excited. All of us are so excited to be doing this for you guys. We are going to be having a huge giveaway. Now, thank you for tuning in and staying this long because you've been waiting to see this. Oh! Luckily, there was no water in that. Look, I'm so excited. I'm dropping my cup and everything.
Seriously.
All right, so a little information on the giveaway. You have to tune in till next week because if we can put it up on the screen now. Basically what it is we are having a huge giveaway with some of the Kardashian beauty collection. So we got some cool makeup and awesome things from there. I'm also working with a really great woman. She's amazing. Her name's Amy and she owns the Peachy Queen blog on Instagram and Bella Eve Boutique. And she has some awesome stuff there. We're going to put like a huge package together. And for the grand prize winner, Jesus, I am so excited. I'm like, for the grand prize winner, and there's going to be 5 winners total. So the other 4, don't worry, you're going to get some good stuff too. So all you have to do is you have to follow everybody on Instagram. We have all, instead of going through all of it, we have it all on the
flyer.
All on the flyer. We have all of our Instagram handles. Follow us. Use the hashtag KWK. Cocktails with Khloe.
You got it. Giveaway.
So in my head, I'm like trying to spell it out. KWK giveaway. And you just have to comment on the original post. So we're all going to be posting it on our social media sites. Which, let's end the show with that.
Yes.
You can find me on Twitter at Justine DiVanna 3 and on Instagram where you can get and see the flyer for the giveaway. Let's Face It with Justine.
All right.
Sorry, that was really a lot.
No.
I was trying to make sure I got all the information.
Great job, by the way. Tongue twister. All right, my name is Dakota T. Jones. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. Dakota T. Jones.
And I'm Samantha Benitz. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Samantha_Benitz.
So sorry if that was a little bit of a tongue twister. We just really wanted to get that out there and share it with you guys. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you liked our show, and also give us a 5-star rating on iTunes if you were listening to us through your headset. So thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next week at 9 p.m. this time. We are going to be randomly selecting our winner at next week.
Yeah, we're bumping the show up an hour, right?
An hour.
Yes.
So instead of watching it 10 p.m., it's 9 p.m. So everybody have a great night, and we will see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.